Hi, welcome back to our channel, Tea Time with Peace and Joy. I'm Doris. So today we are going to talk about how to do time management. So this is the third part of the Setting Goal series. We have 2 videos up already. I'm going to link it here. The first one is about how to set up the goal, and second is how to not overwhelm yourself when you are trying to achieve your goal. So today we are going to talk about time management. But before we start, if you like this type of video, this type of content, please subscribe to the channel, click on the bell so you will get the notification when we upload our next video. And you can also give me a thumbs up if you like this video, share with your friends. I would like to get to more audience, help more people out. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, I would like to ask you, do you know how many hours we have in a week? So each of us have 168 hours in our week. So that is fair for all of us. We have the same amount of time, and of course we do spend a big chunk of it in sleeping, and a lot of us like maybe working as well. But the rest of the time is really depending on how we spend our time, how we use it. And even when you're working, I hope this content can help you to set priority, to know how to do the time management and things like that. Okay, so a lot of times when we are trying to finish a lot of things, it's overwhelming, and we talked about how to break it down into small tasks and other tips that you can look at those videos. But today we are going to talk about some tips to help you do time management. First of all, you have to differentiate what is important and what is urgent. So when we know that it's like a continuum, right? What is more urgent, what is more important, and when you do that, you have 4 squares, and for this one maybe is more urgent and important, and urgent not as important, and important not as urgent, and not urgent but not important but I want to do it. Okay, so those are the 4 squares that you can look at. After you put things into those squares, it will be much easier for you to do your time management, because you will have to finish the ones that are urgent first, and you will have to spend more time on the important task. So in that way, okay, I will finish the urgent one first. If it's not that important, I can do it quickly, get it done with, right? And then the other will be like, it's important, it's urgent, so I spend more time on it. For example, if you want to spend time like doing this week of work, you can still use this method. It will work for you. Last time we used the example of cleaning up your house, right? So we are going to talk about this again. So maybe I want to reorganize my whole house, and to me, maybe the last time I said like the bedroom is most important. So this time let's talk about the kitchen. Some people may feel like the kitchen is most important because I cook there every single day, and I have a lot of seasonings that I cannot find. There are bags of pancake mix that I have because I couldn't find the last one and I buy new ones. So that, to me, that is more urgent, right? So that could happen. So let's use that as an example. So for me, maybe the bedroom is more important but not as urgent. Then I can spend more time on it later on. Maybe I can even arrange it according to the color of my clothes, right? But I need more time for that. So let's deal with the kitchen first. So that may be the first thing. So I understand that all of us like just have so much time, and when we get home, sometimes you're tired already and you don't really have the motivation to do the entire kitchen, and that is okay. But as we said, like, we can break it down into smaller tasks, and I can get the seasoning out first, right? And look at all those, and those, if they are expired, I throw them out first, and then the rest of them I can just sit them there, and then I deal with it the next day, right? Or I deal with my frozen food first, or whatever. So you can still take some of them out and do it like one part at a time. So I would say it is very important for us to understand what is important, what is what is like the priority, what is more urgent, right? So after we do that, it will be much easier. Once you have the differentiation, it will be much easier for you to arrange what goes first and how much time you need for that. Okay, so try that out, see if that works. And there are also apps or online, there are some forms that you can fill out, and there are some that will ask you to estimate how much time you need to eat and to take a shower, to do your routine, and then how many hours is left for you to do other things. So there are forms like that, and I would recommend you doing that if you haven't done so, just because in that way you can see really clearly like how much time you are doing each different task. There may be like socializing with friends and things like that, and then how much time you have in your life. And maybe when you're doing that, you realize, oh, I spent a big chunk of time doing this, and this is not important, this is not urgent. Maybe I should shift how I use my time, right? So that will be helpful. But if you feel like that is too complicated and you don't need that, there is another way of doing it. I did those in the past, but now I use a notebook. Yes, very old-fashioned, but I like my colored pen that I can use to check off the boxes. So I will usually put 2 to 3 things on my list that I have confidence that I can get done on the list, and then I can check them, and after I'm done, and that gives me the motivation, because I feel satisfied, like I got it done, and I have more confidence that I will be able to finish the next day of work as well. You can also use it for work. Okay, so that is another way of doing it. And so for example, like the seasoning example that I gave you, if you feel like, oh, cleaning the kitchen is still a big task, but I really want to put it on the list, and how can I do it? Because you can break it down into 3 days, right? So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I put a kitchen there, and then I can either you put the detail or you don't, it doesn't really matter. But at least if I even like just take the seasoning out, I can check off that box, and that will give you some motivation to do it. Okay, so I hope that these tips work for you, and everybody is different, and so you can adjust the things according to your own way, but the principle is the same. Find out what is more important, what is more urgent, put things into that 4 squares, and it will be easier for you to do your time management. Okay, last but not least, I would love to finish it with a Bible verse, and it's in Psalm chapter 90, verse 12, and it said, teach us to number our days, that we may